Welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am your certified arborist, Doni the Tree Lady, and owner of Don's Tree Service, hanging out with
her promoter. That's I'm gonna just start with that today. I'm
also
promoting
known
Doni.
as Mardy McFly.
Okay, well, also known as Mardy McFly, but you know, today is all about Doni.
No, I'm gonna make it all about you too.
No, I want to talk about you because you got so many different things going on outside of this wonderful tree company that you do.
That is true.
You know,
that is
but
true.
you do a little bit of everything, you know.
And you do a lot of something, and that's why I think I should talk to you, and you should talk to me, and we should talk to each other.
It's gonna be about us today.
I like that. I like that. And you know why that's important?
Why is that?
Because I have people that have heard a little bit of the show here and there, and they'll hear us talking about other people, and they'll be like, "But wait a minute, isn't that the producer dude just on the floor with you on the thing?"
You know what's funny? On our TV show, somebody that actually got us on that TV show. This is crazy. People forget about how they push people forward.
Yeah.
But they work at the TV station. They was looking at it. It was like, that's Doni and Mardy.
Yeah.
I know. And they called me and was like, hey, what? Y'all on TV? Wow. Did you know I work here? And I'm like, you know, you hooked us up with that.
You were the one, yeah.
I did. Well, y'all look good. You know, and just being honest, it made me kind of feel a little bit more pride. And the people and the producers that helped produce this show, I want to give a hats off to them, too.
Yes, let's definitely give a shout out to the people that produced this show.
Right.
They're awesome.
But, you know, it is some things that sometimes we do a lot and we forget to kind of talk about it. And just say, you know, some of the things that we do. Because, like, you are a fantastic public speaker.
Thank you.
You know, if you don't know, I have a show, a thing called Raise the Praise every third Wednesday that I do in Atlanta.
Yes.
At my church at St. Mark. And this was the first time I was like, you know what? I've never seen Doni really in a church. But I wonder if she could just speak a little bit. Right. You know, just, tell her story. And this girl rocked the house.
Oh, thank you.
She had people running around the church.
That's not lying.
But it was a real nice, conversation, because that's one of the things that I love the best.
Yes.
About giving a word or giving a message.
Yes.
I like regular conversation.
Yes. How did you come up with the concept for Raise the Praise? Because I know you want to talk a little bit about me, but I am so fascinated about what you're doing right now, because I think there's a need for what you're doing. And I want you to be giving out addresses. I want you to give out when you're going to be doing it next. And I want people showing up to it, because I believe in it, and what you're doing is making a difference.
Okay, so this is something that I don't do. I don't really promote myself.
Well, that's why we're here.
But anyway, the way that I came up with it was really, I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital, and I was getting so much love from friends and people calling me saying, hey, we're praying for you, and
Yeah.
And something is like, you know what, I want to do something for everybody to come together and just have a little service.
Yes.
And just saying like my appreciation back. Mm-hmm. And some of the guys that was calling me, I was like, hey, would you mind, let's do something with this. And they said they was, but they all dropped out.
You silly.
They really did. But then I went to my church council. I was like, I really want to do something a little bit different. I don't want to do the regular Sunday morning or regular service where, everybody is coming in and they're all praise the Lord, and where's the music? The hymns of the day and all that stuff. I'm like, no, I want to mix it up. I want some spoken word artists, and not the...
Your spoken word artist is off the chain.
Yeah.
The one that I saw.
Yeah, because each month we're trying to change up some stuff.
Right.
And I think this coming month we have Veronica Jackson. I'm saying that now, she's calling me back to make sure if, I got all her monies together. But Veronica Jackson, who's
let me
been
know
on
if
this
you
show.
need help with that for real.
Yeah, I need help.
I'm saying when you're ready, just let me know.
Okay. I'm gonna need her. I'm gonna let you know right now.
Right now.
Yep.
Okay. Finish what you were saying.
But we're just trying to do things different, because if you're not familiar with Veronica Jackson, she was on this show, but she's a folk singer.
She is, yeah.
She plays the guitar. She's not your traditional gospel singer or anything
right.
like
She's
that.
an African-American folk singer.
Right. And she's going to bring some inspirational music.
That's right. And she's got a CD out.
Yes. And like the spoken word artist, like you said, it's not the regular one that you see in church that God is good. God is great. I got some of these dudes, they hang out, at night.
Right, but the thing that's important, Mardy, the reason why I'm really pounding you on this is because what you're doing is you're reaching the people that aren't reached. Like when I looked in that audience, honestly, I was going to go in one direction, and then I looked out there, I was like, wait a minute, no. Let me tailor it.
That might have been the one.
So,
oh yeah, we drinking my.
There you go.
Some of them.
But what was so beautiful is I saw mature people there, but I saw young people there.
Yeah.
I saw young people that don't look like the type of people that gonna get dressed up to go to church and do and bless your sister. I saw people that you would see out at the mall or at the store or at your job.
That's what I want.
That's what I love about what you're doing.
That's what that's what I'm trying to cultivate and really, I don't want you to feel like I have to dress up to come to church.
Right.
I don't want you to feel like I gotta, come as you are.
Right. But how are you able to touch people that aren't traditionally in favor of church? Like they love God, they want to fellowship with people. What are you doing different to where you're able to capture that?
The honest truth.
Yeah.
I cuss and I drink.
Okay, I didn't know you were gonna go there. Okay.
No, it's like this. If I tell a guy who wants to talk, let's meet at Applebee's.
Right.
Okay. And he's usually kind of stiff and everything. And he's trying to have this wall in front of him. I can't talk to the pastor like that. Everything is good.
Yeah.
And, you order and he's like, can I have a Coke? And that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, can I have a black and tan? Or can I get a Budweiser?
Right.
And they're like, wait a minute, you drink?
Yeah.
I'm a real person.
But here's what they don't understand. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then after, maybe, and it's not like I'm trying to sit up there and swear like a sailor.
Right.
But once they realize I'm a regular person, I'm not putting myself on no pedestal.
Right.
I'm not trying to be fake in front of you.
Right.
I get upset just like you get upset.
Absolutely.
I'm a real person.
Right.
I'm a minister.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that I'm any better than anybody else or that I have that I try to hold myself. Now, I am a representative of Christ.
Oh, you are? But see, that's why you represent Christ so well, because you are real. Now, me personally, a few little words might come out of my mouth, but I really don't drink. So the fact that I'm honest about that, but people don't feel funny around me if they do drink. Like I went to a concert this weekend with a friend of this last Tuesday, actually. Okay. And it was a concert where there were a lot of hippies there, and they partaked in what hippies took of.
But they smoked marijuana?
They did.
Wow.
And so my friend that was with me, she goes, Donnie, I really love you, and I want to thank you for not judging me. I love hanging out with you. And I was like, why would you thank me for that? I was like, of course, I love you. Just
she was smoking. She was smoking.
Yeah, she was. So, but what was cool was that she is used to people that don't drink or that don't smoke. It's kind of hard to hang out with them because they act funny. I don't act any funny. I don't act any different. We hanging out. You doing your thing. I'm going to grab me a Red Bull and we're going to keep it moving. But that's because in my heart, I don't have a problem with it. Like, I honestly think marijuana should be legal. That's
I do too.
I honestly don't think there's a problem with people drinking. It's just like anchovies. Some people like anchovies. Some people don't. And so I think what you bring to the table is your authenticity.
Yeah.
And I really want to see people at Raise the Praise, which is the next one is coming up
July
on
17th.
On July 17th.
It's the third Wednesday of every month.
Right.
But this one is July 17th.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fantastic show. But you know what? I'm going to say this. For me, there is a difference between alcohol and marijuana. There is a big difference.
I know there's a difference.
And there's some things with limitations like, with alcohol, you are more likely to run a stop sign.
That's right.
And kill somebody. With marijuana, you're going to sit at that stop sign and wait till it turns green.
That's true.
You're just going to sit there like sooner or later.
It's going to, and you're not in a hurry.
You ain't in a hurry for nothing. I'm saying I've never met someone who smoked marijuana and became angry.
Right. Right. If anything, it's just the other.
It's the opposite. It's like, man, it's
But it's
cool.
also, but the flip side
I know you
of
slapped
it.
my mama. It's all right. She shouldn't have been talking.
Okay, I'm gonna beat you up.
She shouldn't have been talking all that smack, man.
But here's the other thing about marijuana, which I know that's not what this is about. It's about letting people know about Raise the Praise.
Right.
And but the other thing about marijuana that a lot of people don't talk about is it does have some medicinal benefits.
It does.
And my brother is bipolar, and I wish that he would smoke marijuana because I think aside from the pharmaceutical drugs that he's taking, I think that if he would wean himself out of pharmaceutical drugs, I think he could get some benefit out of that. But I'm not a doctor.
Well,
I don't know.
He need to hook up or something. What's the problem?
No. Yeah,
I'm just wondering. No. I'm saying somebody here listening.
He's at a place in his life where we finally have him stable.
Okay.
And I love the fact that he's stable. I love the fact that he's healthy. And maybe that isn't something, because what if you get something that's laced with something? You don't know where you're getting all that kind of stuff.
And that is something.
But I would like for him to get it legally.
Yeah.
Isn't there a way in Georgia to get it legally or no?
No. They got some oil stuff that it ain't even worth spending your money. From what I've heard, it ain't worth spending your money on anything like that. But yeah, you got to be careful on, really seriously, because a friend of mine who, all joking aside, I really feel humble, being sorry for his family, because his son smoking weed and something was put in it, and he's no longer the same.
Wow.
I'm
so sorry.
And it is something that.
But that's why it should be legal. That's why it should be legal. But, if alcohol is legal, marijuana should be legal. My thing is this. I don't want... if somebody has a drug problem, do I want them working for me? No. But if somebody has an alcohol problem, do I want them working for me? No. So that's with anything,
Right.
It's just, there's people that are strung out on prescription drugs. I don't want them working for me.
Or anything.
Everything.
And,
So
I learned my lesson. I paid this dude to fix my brakes and beer.
oh,
And,
not a good thing,
Not
Marty.
a good thing at all. Not a good all. No.
Well, let's just say who we are real quick before our next break. I'm Doni the Tree Lady.
I'm not the smartest person, Mardy McFly. I said, when you pay a dude to fix your wheels with beer.
Anyway, you can reach us at DoniJonesLive at gmail.com. DONI Jones, Jones, live at gmail.com. Or just hit us up on social media at DoniJonesLive, DONI Jones. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am your certified arborist, Doni the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Mardy McFly.
You are fly.
I could be so much flyer if I was an author like you.
Well, thank you.
Now, we've always talked about, from failure to fabulous and everything, but you're currently working on a new one, right?
Yep, it's called It's Not That Deep. And the reason why I felt led to write that book, I'll throw a pen at you, dude. The reason why I felt led to write that book.
Huh?
Thank you, it's very inspired.
Not that deep. Who gave you that? I'm sorry. Okay.
So, y'all should see what's going on in the studio right now. I'm going to beat him up. No, but it was inspired because I feel like, and you're a pastor, so you might be able to relate to this, but people feel like it's so hard to get to God, or it's so hard to do the right thing. And sometimes it is hard to do the right thing, or that it's so difficult to be faithful to your partner, or it's so tough to do
to
a good
restrain
job.
yourself from knocking the teeth out your spouse. Right.
Oh.
I'm saying it's not as hard. I'm agreeing with you. That's restraint.
Yeah.
That's restraint.
So anywho, I'm writing a book right now to tackle all these different types of subjects that, like people ask me, well, how hard was it to start your business? And in the beginning, because I was still wrapped up in the trying to pay the bills and trying to get the trucks and stuff like that, I was like, oh, it was really tough. And actually it wasn't. I mean, honestly, I was driving down Browns Mill Road and I just had an epiphany because I was getting out of the industry that I was in, which was network marketing. And I just looked out over the horizon. I was like, the last time I was really happy, the last time I was really happy was when I was in the tree care industry because I grew up doing it, and I was with my brother when I did it, when I was happy. And I said, I'm going to start a tree service. So the hard part hadn't started yet. It was just a decision. In fact, the moment that I decided that I'm starting my tree service, I felt lighter. I felt more alive. To make that decision to do something different felt good. The hard part may have been, getting the right equipment or getting good people.
Right.
But even that, because I loved what I was doing, didn't seem hard. Like even now, when people ask about my day-to-day, my challenges might be, working with people once in a while. But for the most part, I love what I do. Like for you, is production hard?
Not at this point.
No.
I'm saying production, I do it in my sleep.
Yeah,
but I've been doing it
sleep.
pretty much. That's the only profession that I can remember doing.
Right.
And
but
that's what I wanted to ask you.
music kind of come naturally to you and stuff?
I was born with music in me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say that, so music production just went hand in hand with me and everything.
Right. But you were going to ask me something.
I was about to ask you something and you almost made me forget it. I'm trying to remember it again. But one of the things is like, I can see with you, you're like determined to be successful.
Yes, I am.
Regardless of what mountain is in front of you.
Right.
Because you had said something earlier this morning that I was like, I didn't even realize. You said something like you got 12 trucks.
Yeah.
and these aren't like regular pickup trucks.
No.
Because I saw
Well, it includes, like, if you talk about, I'm talking about the vehicles in the car.
all the vehicles. But I saw some of them big things that look like monsters.
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
What inspired you? I'm saying, because some people, they don't invest in their own business.
Right.
It's like with me.
Well, some of them trucks raggedy, though. No, I'm just
but
kidding.
still,
We
you
have
got the
great
truck.
trucks.
I got raggedy computers in the studio. It's just what they produce. But,
we have good trucks, yeah.
One question is, how did you start putting back into your business?
Right.
Because a lot of times the problem that we have is I do a commercial. This is me.
Right.
I do a commercial. You pay me. That's going in my pocket. Me and my wife going out tonight.
Right. Well, I went through that phase. I mean,
and then
we've talked about that,
Yeah.
But you get to a point, especially when you've made more money than you've ever dreamed of. When you get to a point where you're like, you're sitting there going, whoa, people make this in a year and I made it in a week.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, $500, I was happy.
You was happy, right?
Shoot.
So you start traveling and you start doing stuff you ain't supposed to be doing. And then all of a sudden you become everybody's best friend. Because when you go out to eat, everybody shows up and the bill comes, guess who they looking at? They're looking at you, or in this case, me.
Yeah.
And that, believe it or not, that made me feel good to be that person that was taking everybody out and, putting down payments on people's houses and buying people's cars. But guess what? When the economy tanked, where was those people?
Yeah.
So-
like, it ain't working out no more.
So the hard part was getting to a point where I said, you know what, I've got to learn how to run my business. See, it's one thing to start a business. It's a whole nother thing to grow and build a business.
Trust, yeah.
And so.
Because I'm having problems with that with WAFS Productions.
Yeah.
It's the production company that I have, but it's what we have. And it's funny just growing and trying to grow with purpose.
Yes.
Versus trying to respond to what the caller demand is.
That's right, yeah.
So it's like if someone is, instead of me spending a lot more time with marketing, building the foundation of the business,
right,
making sure all of your paperwork is right.
Absolutely.
That's the major foundation.
Absolutely.
But I get stuck in, and this is what I'm learned over the last couple of years, really. I get stuck with doing the process,
right,
the production,
right,
and not taking enough time to do the business.
It's funny you mention that because I'm reading a book. I bought this book like 15 years ago. It's called The E-Myth. And it's a powerful book where it talks about entrepreneurship. And a lot of times the technician or the person that's actually working in the business, they have to mentally take themselves out of that role and become the person that grows the business.
Right.
The person that manages the bills, the person that, comes up with a plan to where they can take their hands off of it. Because think about it, if you're the one that's always doing the production, when do you take vacation?
I can't.
When do you pass this on to your kids? Like you said, we're growing WAFS Productions together. And by the way, WAFS, what would you call? I consider it a production company, but more specifically, you tell the people what it is we do.
WAFS Production is a multimedia production house that, lack of a better word, if it got 2 speakers and a monitor, we do it.
We do it. Exactly.
If it's music videos, if it's documentaries, if it's weddings, if you need us to tape.
Yep.
If it's
we do all of that.
Music production, a little bit of everything production wise. Now certain things that I don't do, but you'd have to ask me about that. Certain things we don't videotape, head up. It's only like throat down. And those are different prices too.
Right.
So just being honest. But no, but all joking aside, WAFS Productions is a multimedia production house.
And we're proud of that.
Yeah, voiceovers and everything.
And he's got a great voice, guys.
Most of the time.
Get this man to do your commercials, and he can do it all. In fact, you just produced a commercial for my tree service.
It was a little jingle and everything.
Yes.
If we can, we might. I don't know if I have it up here, but we need to put that on the show. Yeah,
I think we do need to put that in the show. And you guys, the things that we're talking about right now are all the things that you as an entrepreneur has to do, or you as a business person. You may have a dream and an idea, but you got to have a plan.
Right.
And you've got to put that plan in motion. And if you're struggling with the plan, find somebody that's good at what they're doing, and that might be in your field that can take some time with you to give you some advice. And then a lot of things you can Google. I read Google a lot.
Yeah, and it's funny, a little bit of something beats a whole lot of nothing.
Preach.
So a little bit of you doing something for your business goes a long way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I would say that one of the biggest keys to having your own business is you got to have passion.
Yes. Ooh, that's so true.
You got to have passion. If you don't care about your business, nobody else is.
Right. I don't know who this is for. I feel like I'm at church right now.
Go ahead now.
I don't know who this is for, but I felt in my spirit that I need to say, as a small business person, one of the biggest things you can do is work on continuity. Meaning your shirts, your trucks, branding, your paperwork, your the artwork in your paperwork and your trucks and equipment and stuff like that. That stuff all has to be in alignment.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be wearing a purple shirt and your logo is green. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, you know, our colors are red, you know, with my little logo. So all of our trucks are red. Don's Tree Service, you know. And then, of course, we have when we started WAFS Productions, we have a separate logo specifically for WAFS Productions. And so I don't know why that was in my spirit, but one of the best things you can do for your business is build continuity.
Yeah.
You know, and respect your brand. You know, I remember once I went to a printer, and I'll wrap this up real quick, but I went to a printer and they took my logo and they were getting ready to produce it for one of my trucks. And they were just a little off. And so the guy calls me, he's like, it's a little off, but you know what? I think it's fine. You know, I think you'll be happy with it. I said, if this was Coca-Cola and you were a little off with their logo, would they accept
with the font?
Yeah, and actually that's what it was. It was the font.
Yeah,
it was the font.
They wouldn't accept it.
And they wouldn't accept it. And so I said, no, it has to be exactly the logo that I sent you. So I don't know who that's for, but it was in my spirit. Continuity in your business, you know, and branding.
Would you say it's kind of good to be anal?
Yes, it is. It's very good to be anal about your business and very specific about your business and how you want your business done. Very, very specific. It's extremely good to be specific.
Yeah. Do you think you're anal at all?
I am very anal about my company and how purposeful I want to be.
I love you, Doni.
I'm not going to mess with y'all. I ain't messing with Mardy.
No, because the things that make
but
you
according to Mardy, you should be anal.
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
You know, I know that ain't for everybody. It personally is not, you know, something not everybody wants to pursue, being that specific, but I think it's important to be specific in your company.
If you're not, and
I'm really trying to get out of this.
I know, but you know what? Being honest, those are the small details that makes a big difference.
Yes.
You know, that makes a big difference. I'm saying, like, when I ran track years ago, I wasn't good, but when I ran track, it was like, just get down. When they shoot the gun, you run. Right. You know, but the other guys that were going to state and everything, they knew, okay, 3-point stand, my foot needs to be here, my adjustments are here, and I want to be anal about it. And they were the ones that the gun popping, and they're winning races. You know, so sometimes that is not really a bad thing. So I'm giving you a compliment.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
When you know how to do it with discretion. But you know what? How can they get in contact with us if they want any of our products or anything that we are, if they just want to chit-chat with you?
Well, if they want to chit-chat with you or me, because I'm tying everything together now.
Right, that's right.
DoniJonesLive, D-O-N-I, Jones, J-O-N-E-S, live, L-I-V-E, @gmail.com. That's D-O-N-I, J-O-N-E-S, L-I-V-E, @gmail.com.
We will be right back.
Yes, we will. Welcome to Doni Jones Live. Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. There we go.
Back to Doni Jones Live.
Go.
And I'm Mardy.
And I'm Doni.
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Okay, so what I was going to say, before we went to break, we were talking about being anal and being specific about stuff. And it made me think about a specific incident in my company. And I had a girl working for me who was absolutely amazing. She's super awesome, super great personality, super everything. But she was very short-tempered. When things got real busy or crazy, okay? And then the other thing is, she was great with paperwork, but then if she was having a bad day, my paperwork just went to crap, you know? But because she was nice, I kept her around, you know? And the problem is, if you're gonna be specific, if you're gonna be anal about your company, if you're gonna be, you know, aggressive about building your brand, all of that affects your brand. I literally had a customer tell me, Doni, I really like your company, but that lady that does your customer service, I don't like her. And that really it made me look at myself. It made me look at my decision making because I was keeping this person around because I liked them. Yeah. And also the other reason why I kept them around is because if I would have gotten rid of them, that means I would have had to do more work until I found somebody else to replace her. And so I finally had to make the decision a few years ago to let this person go so that my company could continue to grow. You know?
You have to.
And you have to make those kind of decisions. So once again, going back to the book, it's not that deep. Me making the decision to protect my brand and to protect my company wasn't really a deep decision, but I was making it a deep decision because I like the person. So, and I think a lot of things in life aren't that deep. I really do. Like, you're a pastor, and I know because you're more along this, you deal a lot in the spiritual world or whatever. People try to make God's presence in your life real airy-fairy, and it's not that deep.
I say it's not that deep, but I want to piggyback on you because I can't really say, but I guess so. I can't say about it because I just let somebody go from my church.
You finally did that because you were talking about it.
I had talked about it, and it goes into the same thing that we're talking about. I was keeping them on because I liked them.
Yeah.
And I was keeping them on because we're a church and we're supposed to forgive and forget that.
Yeah.
You know, she was messing up, you know, and it just wasn't working out. And it's like, if I can keep saying, well, we can forgive her, give her a chance, let's talk to it. You know, now I'm getting people coming to my church say, you know, so-and-so, you can get better than that. You know, and then I realized, okay, now this is bringing down my church.
My own daughter was telling me I could do better, but go to that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm hurting myself by loving you, you know? So it's like, it hurts, but I got to let you go.
Yes.
You know, so I have to, you know, because it's for the greater good of my church, you know? And so that's with any business or anything else. It's like I've been let go from companies that, you know, after a while, I was not performing anymore. You know, and it's like you get baptized by fire because you look back and say, you know what? I didn't do this, because sometimes people take things for granted. Yeah. And with me, I say the last 15 to 20 years, I worked for entrepreneurs. Right. Okay. Me and them. Yeah. They got their business. This is their baby. And they're so detailed with, you know, and anal because these are good businesses. But that's why. Right. You know, and then when I look back over my life and I say, okay, what did I do in that situation that I can really hold myself accountable to? And I say, okay, you know what? You was messing up here. You've been in late. You produced, but because like we had said earlier, sometimes when we can do something so easily, we put it off so much. Yes. You know, a lot of our paperwork, we can get that done, but I'm going to wait to the last minute to get it done. You know, I got 5 commercials. That ain't going to take me long to do, so I'm going to wait to the end of the day to do it. Yeah. Those things catch up with you.
They do. You know, they always do. And I was listening to a motivational speaker, and he was saying a lot of times the things we don't do take 90 days to catch up with us. Yeah. Because a lot of times things will get going, especially when you have a business and you're good at something. Yeah. You know you ain't quite doing everything, but it still looks good on the outside. Uh-huh. And you still, you know, not giving 100%. Sometimes it takes 90 days for that to catch up with you. And then you wonder why isn't the phone ringing like it used to? I
got a client now.
Why is my bank account kind of
it's dwindling?
It's dwindling. Because you took your foot off the gas. And there's nothing wrong with taking your foot off the gas, like legitimately to take some time off. But you don't take your foot off the gas and do half-ass work. Yeah. Can I say half?
Well, you don't say it now.
I already said. Okay, can you you're not supposed to take your foot off the gas and not return phone calls because I just don't feel like it right now. Right. And those are the kind of things that I noticed in my own business. We started growing. And when I'm out there selling the job, oh man, I'm on it 100%. Right. But you know, it's 6:30. Somebody just called me. I'll wait till tomorrow. Guess what? Tomorrow comes, and then I already called another tree service. Yeah. Right. You know? I
got a client right now. I know he's gonna call somebody else who he should have, but I'm just saying because it's been a while, and it's like you know what, and this is just and I'll be transparent when because certain clients, in doing commercials and production like this, you have seasonal clients that they might do a concert every year. You know, once.
By the way, guys, we're talking about WAFS Productions with Mardy McFly. Go ahead.
I'm a part of this show. They know who I. No, I'm sorry.
So that they know you do the production. That's what I'm saying.
But kind of made me lose my train of thought. But this guy, he ordered a commercial about 3 weeks ago. Right. And for me, I want to always treat my clients the same way. Right. But this client, it takes forever and a day for him to pay me too. Yeah. So I don't have that motivation because once I do it, I know it's going to be about 3 or 4 weeks. I'm about to chase him down. Right. But that doesn't mean I need to lower my standards of my professionalism. Right. Right. And also standing on my word because right now, well, in business, your word is your bond.
Your word is your bond.
Yeah. So I did tell the guy, I can get it to you probably about Monday or Tuesday. Right. But I put it off. to put it off, and then Monday became Wednesday, and then it became next Wednesday, and next Wednesday, and I'm kind of like, and then they call, and then that's when you don't really want to answer the phone. I'm like, you know, you be like, hey, I'm in a meeting right now. Right. You know you lying. You're like, I'm in a meeting right now. Let me call you back. Yeah. You know, we all do that. What? It's funny. We can't be real with them and just say, hey, I don't want to talk to you right now.
But wait a minute. I think you can, though. I think you can in certain instances because there are, like, you're holding yourself accountable. And like you said, you know, you could have did better in that, or what you're gonna do great work.
I do great work. No. Understand? I do great work.
You do amazing work. But
now,
you're saying that.
I ain't gonna cuss on here, but I do good work now.
Do good work, exactly. In fact, y'all, like I said, he did a great commercial for my tree service as well as our show. So we're blessed in that area. You're blessed in that area. But I think also you said something that kind of made me think. There are certain clients as a business person when you're like, do I want this person as my client?
Oh yeah.
Now
those are
think about it. Yeah. You got to decide. Is this person worth? Like if they're paying you X amount of dollars, but they're causing you a headache every day.
You know what? It's funny. It was a doctor, but right before I met you, being honest, that's why God works in mysterious ways. Yeah. But it was a doctor that really wanted to do the same thing that we're doing now.
Right.
She wanted me to produce everything, but the conversations that we started having started being like, wait a minute, you look crazy. You a little cray-cray. You don't change this thing 5 times and we ain't started yet.
Right.
And you kind of up and down with them. You know what? Let me call the person that referred you to me and ask them, hey, and I did that. And I was like, hey, do you know about Dr. So-and-so? Yeah, they ruined their relationship with the other production company because they were,
okay. So
she got a track record of being crazy.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, so I just kind of let her know later on, you know what? My time is really tied up. I'm not going to be able to do it. Right. Because don't just say yes because of the money.
Well, and I think that's what I'm getting at, and that's part of protecting your brand.
Yeah.
Because if you do bring on somebody that is that difficult to deal with, and they're really not a good they're not a good client. They're not the right fit. They might be a good client or whatever, but maybe they're not the right fit for your business.
Yeah.
Are they going to be a good ambassador for you? Because there's people you can do great work for, but if they're a miserable person, even if you did a great project and they go out there and complain about it, even though you didn't do anything wrong, you're damaging your brand because you've got somebody out there that's not tooting your horn like they should be tooting your horn.
Understand, after a certain point, the money ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it.
I'll say this, and then because we got to break for a second. But Quincy Jones produced a couple of Michael Jackson's albums.
Right.
And then when he got to Bad and Michael was changing his face and everything, and was going through that, he's like, you know what? I can't work with you no more. And that's when he stopped working.
He mentioned that. And he also mentioned that he told the truth. He's like, I told Michael to stop effing with his face. He said, he's like, I told him that. What's with that?
Yeah, right.
And everybody around him was enabling him.
But that, what? Even with that, certain things you got to understand. Growing up, because we have this too.
Right.
When somebody tells you that you're fat all your life. You're fat. You grow up and believe that you're fat. And one day you get a lot of money. You say, you know what, I'm going to have liposuction.
Yeah. Well, I am going to have liposuction. No, I'm just kidding.
Not you. I wasn't thinking about you. But, a couple of,
I'm not having liposuction.
Even radio personalities in this little market, I've known that done that. And it's like, but then you talk about Michael.
Yeah.
Because his father told him he was ugly. You got a big nose. You ugly all your life.
Yeah.
And even though the world out there that you don't see, you know they love you, but you're not happy with yourself.
But then you don't necessarily love yourself.
Right.
But I also think there were some other things going on that
it's like
we haven't talked about.
Ladies that put on makeup, why?
Yeah. Because I like it.
But I want to cover up certain things.
I ain't covering up nothing. You're right, but no, you're right. You're right. You're
but
right.
I always try to defend him when I can, but not all the time. But anyway, we gonna move. I'm glad we had the time because you're looking at me now.
Because you know how I feel.
Yeah, I know you don't feel.
We're gonna talk about entrepreneurs and not Michael Jackson because you and I get up in the studio and start fighting.
You don't like the hee.
I love his music.
Oh yeah, I like his music too.
Let me tell you. Here's my thing.
We ain't got time.
I got a lot of family members that have been through a lot. I'm just saying. I've been through crazy stuff in my life, and I ain't never touched a child inappropriately.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to go to break.
Doni Jones Live with Doni Jones, Mardy McFly. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am your certified arborist,
And
Doni the Tree Lady.
I almost jumped in too soon. I am that guy, Mardy McFly. I want to make sure I'm in the camera.
If you move, he will make.
I just want to make sure they told me to move closer to you to get closer. So,
Oh, we are closer.
we are close because, since I met you, we've gotten so close. We got business together and, a lot of different ventures. I'm saying since I met you, we got TV shows.
Yep.
In Atlanta, we got radio shows. We're syndicated podcasts.
Yep.
Social media stuff. And
we can be heard in
a
other
couple
cities.
of different cities right now.
I love
it's amazing. But, it goes to just keep doing a little bit, each day. As an entrepreneur, just doing a little bit more and saying, what's next for today?
Yeah.
And the thing is, not being satisfied.
Oh, that's so good. That's so
not getting
good.
satisfied or being, like I'm full. I don't need nothing else.
Right.
And I think that's what some of us kind of fall into a rut of saying, you know what, I got enough clients.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I talked to this guy. He owns not a car dealership, but a repair shop.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out there in Riverdale, a Mexican guy, very, very good. Busy. Rodriguez. And I went out there and I was like, you know what? You are very knowledgeable.
He's very knowledgeable. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right, and how you do everything. I was like, why don't I videotape you, do some kind of podcast or something like that? And he said, why, for me to get more business?
Yeah.
I'm already busy. He's like,
but he knows what he can handle.
Right.
But here's the other thing. Also just know what you want. Maybe he knows what he wants. I personally want to grow as big as we can grow. But at the same token, I know what my divide is. Like, I know that I want to be a great mom.
Right.
I want to be a great wife. I want to be great at our show, our podcast, our radio show, our TV show. I want to be an author. And those are all things in my
wheelhouse
that I believe I can do.
Right.
Now, if you turned around and said, okay, Doni, I want you to be the next basketball player, I can practice forever. I'm not going to be the basket. It's just not in my wheelhouse.
That's not going to happen.
And so you have to and then also, when we were talking about the show, I want the show to grow as big as it can be.
Right.
But as far as the tree service is concerned, it will grow to a certain point, and then I will pass it on to my kids or I may sell it. And that's because that is not something I want to be doing when I'm 100 years old, 90 years old.
Right.
I want to grow the business and then maybe I could be on a board of directors or something like that.
Right.
And I love what I'm doing right now. However, I know that I want to grow it to a certain size and either, like I said, pass it on or sell it or
I would say
like
that for me, the goal was always to try to create money machines.
Yes.
Like you got,
Absolutely.
Street Service. And once you get it to a point where you can just put it on cruise control and let someone else, and you just kind of get the dividends from it, that's the goal, I think.
It really is. But I don't think most business, that's the goal. I know that's the goal, but I know a lot of business people that don't think that far out.
Yeah.
And that's why you've got the guys that are out there. They might have a plumbing company, and it might be a very successful plumbing company.
Right.
But when they die, their business dies.
Yeah.
And their wife or their kids can't keep it going because they did not put a system in place.
And they didn't educate them on the business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of people, they go to you because you're knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Like with me, they'll come to me because I know production.
Right.
Now everybody can pull up a laptop and, you can voice something, but now...
Yeah, not everybody can do what you do, Marty, though.
It's the things that you know.
Right.
You can buy the equipment. I'm saying somebody can buy a chainsaw.
Right.
And go out there and cut a tree, but they're not going to know like you know.
Right, or they can buy a computer,
right,
some speaker equipment and do what you do, but they're not going to know what you know.
Right, so a lot of times it's passing down that knowledge too.
And that's one of the things I admire about you because I've seen you, just in the time that we've known each other, you take people under your wing and you teach them how to do what you do so that once again, as we grow, we have people in place that can grow with us and that allows us to be able to step away. And once again, I don't think people think about that long term. They think that, it's going to be too expensive to bring somebody in. But what I've found is that they actually make you money when you can step away, teach somebody how to do what you do, and then bam, you're now over here growing this aspect of a business. The
only sad thing about that, they make me feel old. You get new people in that's working for you now. They're like, Mr. Ringer. Like, what? You don't got to call me.
You are Mr. Ringer. You're over 40.
And you ain't got to say that.
What?
Out loud that I'm over 40. Yeah, I'm okay. But anyway.
Y'all, he over 40 and married. Now what?
And then you want to know why you lose your card. You just no.
That has nothing to do with my black card.
That's just a friend card. That's
I lose my friend card for telling the truth.
You snitched.
I did not snitch.
No, he married. He over 40. You do that.
But you're not trying to date women anyway. You're trying to stay married and build a life together. And you got that beautiful ring on your finger. Okay, let's talk about entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Because you touching those.
So going back to Raise the Praise, as we were talking about, how do people get more information about Raise the Praise?
I don't know.
Use it.
What?
Okay. Anyway, it's going to be on July 17th. For people that want to get more information about it, it's going to be on July 17th at St. Mark
Lutheran Church. And it should be on the Doni Jones website.
That's right.
The flyer and everything.
Yes, DoniJonesLive, DoniJones live @gmail.com, or just DoniJonesLive.com is our actual site where all of our content. And we're working on getting all of our content over there. And we'll have some links where it goes to other places.
And the church is located at 1601 Washington Road. No, not 1601. That's my own.
My goodness, you give it.
I'm about to give y'all the wrong one.
Show up at his house. That's what you do.
4137 Washington Road. That's Atlanta, Georgia. Sometimes they say East Point, but it's 4137 Washington Road. I ain't got it written down. I'm trying to go right off of memory and everything.
We got a computer.
But no, that's the address. But yes, we start at 7:30. It's the third Wednesday of every month. And if you want to be a part, send us an email and we can get you on too on that show. If you are a artist, spoken word artist, a performer, if you sing, a musician, we'd like to add you to it. It's almost like a wind down Wednesdays in a church setting.
And speaking of wind down, they actually have real wine. And y'all, we did it big last time. We did wine and cheese and
had
fruit
little crackers and everything.
The classy thing.
All right.
But you ain't got to be classy to be there. We just want you to come. It is the church for the unchurched.
Right. We got some cognac coming next time. We're gonna the spirit.
And you can always be like me and don't drink, because I really. I had a little sip.
Sorry.
I was there.
And she got up there and spun like, "Hey, I'm Doni Jones. I ain't gonna be up here for long, but it's all good." She said, "Shake the dirt off." That was her topic. Shake the dirt off of it.
But
that's
Marty,
all you need to do.
The reason why
shake that dirt off that thing.
I'm trying to be serious.
Go ahead.
The reason why we tell our story, guys, is because a lot of times when you are in the media or you're on the radio, no matter how big or how little or whatever your show is, people assume that you don't have the same daily struggles that they have. And I'm growing a small business. We're growing a small business.
Yep.
And our goal is to be able to share whatever experiences we have with you so that you can avoid some of the stupid mistakes we made.
And also, just, the little spiritual aspect of this whole thing, too. Don't be scared to let God lead you, because a lot of entrepreneurs start off in a bad situation.
That's right.
Doni said that, she got out of corporate America and was kind of down on her luck and said, you know what? I'm going to get a business card and I'm going to start a tree service.
That's right.
I'm going to do something.
It was just like that.
And that's how that started. And with me, I was working at a radio station that the radio station stopped working, and they stopped giving us checks. And next thing I know,
so true.
And that's so true. And it's just they just said, well, hold on for next week and hold on for next week. Right. So the only thing I could do was start doing production as much as I can. And next thing I know, that's all I do now is produce. But if it wasn't for me, I guess, accepting the challenge that God put in front of me, I wouldn't be where I'm at now.
And look at God.
Look at God.
And look at you.
Won't he do it?
He'll do it all day long and all night long.
So put your faith in that, and it'll always be better. If you got a plan, understand he might not take you in the same pathway that you might think should go, but he has the right pathway that you should go.
That's right. And if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. Going back to the entrepreneurial spark.
Yes.
Because my dad used to always say that if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. And sometimes your plan doesn't have to have all the parts.
Right.
Just start writing down what you would like to see your life look.
Put the vision, write the vision,
was getting ready to go
make
there.
It plain.
Yes.
So the interpreter can actually read it. That's the rest of that scripture.
Really?
Yeah. So the interpreter.
See, I just know the part about it.
I know that's what people just remember the little parts of it. Yeah, have the vision and make it plain. Well, it said write the vision, make it plain so that the interpreter can read it. And that's why it is very important not just to come up with your business in your head.
Right.
Put it on paper.
Put it on paper. And guys, I cannot I cannot stress enough how important it is to write down your goals and put it on paper. And don't put limitations on yourself.
Right.
Don't put limitations on your goals, because I've seen people go to write their goals down and they'll pause and they're like, oh, that's too big. God can't do that. God can do exceedingly and abundantly more than you can ask or think. If you would have told me when I was 15, 16 years old and I had an abusive father and I had a mom that was depressed that stayed in the house all day long, popping Valium and all that kind of stuff, and my dad is out in the streets doing whatever it is he was doing out in the streets and then coming home and being abusive, you would have told me that 20, 30 years later, I'd be in a healthy, happy marriage with two gorgeous, beautiful little girls and in a business that I love doing.
Yeah.
You know, in a city that I love, living in a home that I love, doing a show with somebody that I've come to love. That I do love.
Yeah.
I would have told you, how am I going to get there? And I wouldn't have believed it because it was so depressing where I was.
Right.
So let God lead you.
Let God lead you. And remember this, y'all all know this. Faith comes by hearing. All right. So make sure that you are telling yourself the right stuff that you need to hear. So stop telling yourself that I don't deserve this.
Yes.
Start telling yourself this is mine.
That's right. And you're worthy. Regardless of what you've done, you're worthy.
You're worthy. Doni,
Yes.
you're worthy to tell us how to get in contact with us and get off this
I'm so
station, 'cause
enamored
I'm ready
by
to go
you.
home.
You're doing such a great job. No, but the way you get in touch with us is Doni Jones Live. That's DoniJones Live, LIVE @gmail.com. That's DoniJonesLive@gmail.com. Or just hit us up at DoniJonesLive.com. Or hit us up on Instagram at The Tree Lady or Doni Jones. Just Doni Jones, Doni Jones.
Doni Jones.
With Mardy McFly.
Yep. See you next week.
Yeah.